Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is the Wonder Kid. A warm welcome to this video, guys. I am super excited for today's video. Why? Number one, it is the final video that I'll be doing for the year 2021. It has been a heck of a year. And number two, this is episode 10 of WonderKidWonders, a very special milestone for me personally, and especially because I'm sure a lot of you guys are interested in some of the personal things I talk about, which is what WonderKidWonders was designed to do. It was just designed for me to have a chit chat with you guys about some of the stuff that I'm thinking of in the week. And yeah, I'm all in all excited, and it ties up pretty nicely, seeing as we're on milestone number one, which is hitting the 10th episode of WonderKidWonders. And of course, like I said, it is the final video of the year. So guys, today's video is going to be a very, very special one, and the reason being is because I'm going to quickly cover some of the things that I've managed to achieve and some of the things that I've hit in terms of milestone wise this year, and of course chatting to you about some of my 2022 year goals, and of course some of the changes that I will be incorporating with the WonderKid YouTube channel and the WonderKid brand in particular. Okay guys, so guys, I want to start off with number one, some of the certificates that I've achieved this year and some of the milestones that I've achieved. Okay, so guys, I mean, looking back at this year, like I said, you guys know that I'm part of the Guerrilla Trading community, which I did their course, passed it and managed to achieve a certificate for it, which I'll show you in just a sec. And of course, you guys know that I managed to pass my FTMO challenge. So I was thinking about some of the achievements that I've done in probably in my last 5-6 years of my life so far. And I realized I have achieved quite a few certificates, which have been very, very nice. So I was kind of reminiscing them, looking through them again today. And I think that's very, very important. Guys, I'm sure you guys will have had some certificates that you've achieved. And if you have, go and look back at them. I mean, I even looked at one that I achieved in swimming like in 2010, so over like 11 years ago. So, you know, it's really, really nice to see what you have achieved. So this year, of course, I personally have achieved 2 certificates. I'm happy to show you guys. So of course, this one was like one from Guerrilla Trading. I think this was an interesting one because this was probably one of the first certificates that they released in March, I think, this year. And as you can see, one of the things I noticed today is that they spelled education wrong, but that's okay. It all is a very, very special memory. So I think this was just because I completed Guerrilla's course and they knew somehow that I finished the course, and then they sent me this. So that was very, very kind of them. And yes, I was very, very happy with that. And of course, the next one and final one is of course my FTMO challenge. So I did a printout of this. You can clearly see that this was my certificate. I passed. I received this on the 6th of July 2021. And I think it's interesting to receive this because you actually don't receive this when you receive your FTMO account, but you actually get it when you pass the challenge, which is interesting because even though you've passed the challenge, you receive a certificate, but you still got another verification to go through. So, you know, that was interesting. I always thought that you get one of these certificates once you land your account, but no, you actually get one of these once you pass your challenge, right guys? So for me, you know, I've currently put them in like a nice little plastic sleeve. I will consider actually putting it into nice frames and then hanging them up somewhere. But of course, as you can see with my background, I don't have too much room. I've got like some weighted stuff over here. You can see this is attached like over here. This is like where I exercise. Got a TV mirror here and a world map here. So I'm actually kind of running out of space to put these, but for now I've kept them in a sleeve. And yeah, it's just been really nice to just look back at some of the certificates I've achieved, and of course try and imagine some of the certificates that I will be achieving with more funded accounts and other achievements in 2022, right guys? So one of the biggest announcements now, I want to talk a little bit about the WonderKid and the WonderKid brand. For those of you that don't know, this year, the WonderKid is essentially, I've created this slogan for myself and just to help other traders out there that are new to the game to understand what trading is about. And I always wrote it as patience produces percentages. Okay, now the reason behind this slogan was, number one, the keyword is patience. I think that's probably, if not the most important word when it comes to trading. There are of course many important words when it comes to trading, but patience is one of the key ones. And of course percentages. I always remember talking about percentages and saying that of course trading is not about focusing on money, it's about training your mind to focus on the percentages. And that of course helps you not only to think about your account in terms of compounding, but gives you a good effective measurement for scaling, and a lot of other benefits come when you think about percentages when it comes to the game of trading. Now that has been my slogan for this year, and I think, you know, a lot of people that have watched my channel have hammered that home in that slogan, patience produces percentages. And now I want to talk about my new slogan for 2022 and going forward for the WonderKid brand as so far. So guys, the new slogan for the WonderKid brand is this: visualize, adapt, execute. And there's a reason why I've actually created this slogan. You might have actually heard me mention this in one of the previous WonderKid Wonders episode. And the reason being is because I think these three keywords are probably the most important keywords when it comes to the bridging the gap between you and achieving the life you want, or achieving the dreams you want, and achieving anything in life you want. And I'm going to explain why this is in particular, why I've chosen these three words. Okay, the word number one, visualize. I think this is such an important keyword. I've watched quite a few videos of understanding what CEOs do and why they are CEOs at a company. They're there for a specific reason. Now, I'm sure you guys understand that CEOs aren't necessarily the smartest of the company. They may not know, they may not be as proficient as some of the other employees in certain areas of the business. But the CEO, ultimately, for me, the CEO is designed to essentially navigate the ship, essentially visualize where they want the company to go forward. That's the function of the CEO. They need to be able to visualize where they want that company to go. Kind of like steering a ship, kind of like a captain of a ship. The captain needs to know where does he or she want to take the ship. And that is very, very important. So for you guys out there, I think visualize, that word is so key to understand and try and hone into where you want your life to go. And I've spoken to this in Raphael Kimmel's channel about trying to think and trying to spend time with yourself, imagining what you want your future to be like. Because remember guys, if you cannot visualize what you want from your life, then your life is going to be like a float. It's just going to be floating in the sea. It's not going to be going anywhere. If you train your mind to think, hey, this is what I want in my future, then at least you have set your mind an aim. And the more you do that, it is so important to actually bringing in your daily habits and routines to aligning with that visualized goal. So I think visualization, and the word visualize, is such a key word. So I've incorporated that as word number one in my slogan. Now, word number two is adapt. Now, the reason why I've included adapt, because the truth about the world and the market, of course, as you guys know, is that every single day things are consistently changing. The world like 10 years ago is not the same as the world today. Of course, we have like Bitcoin around, we've got cryptocurrency, we've got things like NFTs, we've got all these exciting new things, new iPhones. I remember when the iPhone 4 came out, or even the very first iPhone. And guys, now we're already on iPhone 13 Pro with fancy cameras, and it has 5G and all this. Essentially, guys, the world every day is changing. And I think adapt is such a key word, because you will have to adapt yourself to the world. And what I mean by that is that there's no point trying to think that, hey, one strategy, one way of doing something is right and you just do that forever. I want you guys to keep that word adapt in your mind, to understand that, hey, like, even though you've planned something out as best as you can, be ready to adapt to changes, because the world is always changing. For example, I might say, okay, Monday to Friday, I want my schedule to be exactly like this, hour, exactly like this. Like, I might write it out, but the truth about it is that the likelihood of me executing to that, even though I want to do it 100%, is not going to be viable, because of course we have liabilities, we have family, we have things that will just pop up out the blue. So our ability to adapt is very, very key, not only with our habits, like I just mentioned, but also going forward in life. Like, for you guys know, here's a good example. I trade guerrilla strategy purely. Going forward, I will want to learn other strategies and see how can I incorporate it to make one really, really strong, great strategy, right? And that's all about learning and adapting. So I think that's a very, very key word for you guys to actually hone into your mind. And remember, don't forget, guys, you feel free to use this slogan as your kind of affirmation, okay? So I think adaptation is a very, very key word. It keeps your mind kind of like water, like Bruce Lee says, be water, my friend. Be able to adapt to surroundings, because then you'll be able to stay ahead of the curve and not be stuck in old ways that may not always work, okay? And the last word, if not probably the most important word, but I think of course, this is a word, it is probably important as the other ones, execute. Now, guys, we live in an age where we've got phones in our hands where we can watch YouTube videos, we can watch all sorts of info. We can basically acquire information at ease, okay? Now, the thing is that people seem to get into this habit more and more of consuming good content. Like, for example, you guys might be consuming my content and knowing that, hey, this is either motivational or this is actually doing you good with your trading. But in essence, the reason why I've written execute in my slogan is because I believe that like I say, we live in an age of information, but very, very few people actually act on that information. Like I might say, hey, meditation and reading is good, but there'll be a very small percentage of people watching this that actually do that or try to incorporate it if they haven't done it before. And this is what I mean by execute. Why I've incorporated that word in particular is because you guys will understand that, hey, there's so much information out there, but information is only good to you to the extent that you use it, which is why I've created and left that word execute in my slogan. Okay, so execution is by far the biggest word, because I can teach you all I want about trading. Your mentor, if you have a mentor, can teach you all about trading, but if you're not executing on these daily habits, executing on getting a better routine, executing on becoming a better person, nothing's gonna work. It basically is catastrophic failure. You have all the information, but if you're not actually executing on it and you're spending a lot of time watching people giving you it or reading about it, it's all useless. So execution to me is one of the biggest keywords. And I think these three keywords together form a kind of like, I don't know how to put it, but essentially this kind of sphere of strength for you guys to essentially bridge the gap between you and achieving your dreams and your goals. So visualize, adapt, execute. Think about these three words as often as you can. Follow them as often as you can, and I think this will really pull you to success the strongest, more than any kind of other sentence or phrase or slogan will. So that is my new slogan: visualize, adapt, execute. So guys, I hope you like it. You will see it in a few areas. I may even do some t-shirts soon or some caps that will say that. But anyway, that is the new WonderKid slogan. So I hope you like that one. Now guys, coming into some announcements for the WonderKid YouTube channel in 2022. So guys, a few new things that I will be incorporating for you guys in particular, on top of all the stuff I already incorporate, because of course you guys have seen, I show you guys some of my live trades, I do some backtesting videos with you guys, I tell you guys about my Forex Fund stats, I do a plethora of all these different kind of videos, but some of the things that I will be incorporating in 2022 is number one, live videos. So I will be doing a lot more live videos with you guys. I've currently ordered a webcam that should be arriving today, and I'll be learning how to use live streaming software, and essentially be able to do, number one, backtesting videos with you live, and also understanding market phases live with you guys. You can see how I'm looking at the market. You guys can see my thought process to what I'm looking at and why, and we guys can have a chat together about the things I'm looking at, and hopefully that will help improve your price action reading. So that is coming up. And number two, this is something that I have been thinking of. As you guys know, I have been showing you a lot of the live trades that I've been entering and why I've been entering them, which has been very, very good. But one of the things I'm thinking of incorporating, which you guys may like, is a weekly trade recap. So showing you guys all the trades I've been through at the end of each week, showing you the losses and the wins to help show you guys my thought process, what if I'm taking losses or if I'm taking wins, what trades were there. And I think this will just be very, very good for you guys to show you guys what trades I'm entering, and it can help you to understand more of my strategy, but also my thought process between why I've entered these trades, especially relating to some of the market phase work that we will be doing in 2022. So there you go guys, more YouTube content coming out, so essentially more live videos, and of course weekly trade recaps that I am thinking of. I'm not going to guarantee you guys, I'm thinking of incorporating that at the end of every week for 2022. So guys, check that out. Right guys, now coming on to the final bit of this video is talking about my 2022 goals. Okay, so I have set quite a few goals, and I think there are a few personal ones that I won't really share, but of course the ones I'm willing to share are, for example, number one, there is for me personally a goal in terms of how much funded capital I'd like. Now remember guys, one of the things is when you set a funded capital goal, remember that, hey, it's all good putting a figure on it, and it's good to just keep that there as a visualization measure. But remember that in order to achieve your kind of funded capital goals, focus on the process of becoming a great trader. And what do I mean by that is, of course, focus on your back testing, focusing on your performance and measuring how good your performance is week in, week out. And I, like you guys know, do an ASR to make sure that you're always on track. And again, like I just say, focus on the process of becoming the best trader you can be week in, week out. And before you know it, you will hit those trading capital goals and you will have those larger funded accounts. Okay, so for me personally, I do have a figure on the kind of funded capital I'd like. But again, like I say, any tip for you guys, I'm sure you guys will have a target like that. Focus on the process of becoming a great trader, and that capital goal will be there before you know it. Okay guys, now another one that I have set myself is YouTube subscriber count. Now, there's a specific reason why I've set a goal for YouTube subscriber count, and the reason being is because, of course, as a YouTube and content creator, I want you guys to take value from some of the stuff that I'm producing and giving. And to me, of course, subscriber count is a good indicator, especially the growth of how many subscribers have subscribed over time is a good indication for me if I'm putting out good quality content that you guys are watching and consuming. So for me, I've actually set a goal of 20,000 YouTube subscribers by the end of this year. So for those of you that don't know, I hit 100 subscribers in August or September this year, and then I hit 1K in November. Yes, November this year. So it's been great so far. You guys are obviously enjoying my content. So for me, I've set a target of 20,000 YouTube subs by the end of 2022. I think that's very, very doable. But again, it's a good measurement and good indicator of my quality of content across the year. So I'll be checking this month in, month out, checking how many views and subscribers I am getting. But of course, this is not a kind of metric to say, or a metric of being vain or anything. It's actually a good indicator to show you hey, my content is being consumed by more and more people. People are taking value of it, and it's reflection on what I am outputting. Okay, so I've set that kind of goal. Another one is, of course, a positive trading expectancy month in, month out. So of course, my goal for 2022 is at the end of every month, come out in positive. Just nice and simple like that, come out in positive. Another one is, of course, like you guys know, I might have mentioned this in last week's episode, is reading one book every month. So by the end of the year, have fully read 12 books. Now, this can be in trading, psychology, Forex in particular. It can be in anything, but I think, for the reason being I've set this goal is because over the last couple of months, my reading has become a bit haphazard. I haven't been as consistent with it. So I really want to regain that kind of consistency with reading. And I think 12 books is definitely viable. I reckon, hopefully, I can do 2 books per month and end up finishing 24 books in the year. But again, I just want to make sure that I think 1 book per month is enough time to actually consume the book well, understand it well, and make sure that it's soaked in so that I can use the information I've gained from the book. And like I say before in my slogan, execute on the knowledge I've gained, okay? So I'm going to keep it as that, nice and simple, be able to read 1 book every month, and we'll see how we go on that. And the last goal is a very, very simple goal, but just to enjoy this process as much as possible. So I know for us, we do like to put a lot of pressure on ourselves to really get good funded capital, to make a lot of money and this and that. But and to get into these habits, it's not easy. It's like we are giving up a lot of our time to spend time on our own to really understand charts, do backtesting work. We spend a lot of time on our own. So guys, one of the things I do want to share, like I hope you guys actually incorporate this goal too, is enjoy the process as much as possible. If you guys are doing a heck of a lot of backtesting work Monday to Friday, then just relax on a Saturday or chill out on a Sunday. Do something that you enjoy. It's very, very important that you understand that if you're going to put in the hard work, have the times where you just sit back and enjoy the process. Just be happy, because if you don't do that, you're going to find yourself being burnt out very, very quickly. And I personally do know this from some of the startups that I've created previously prior to trading. So guys, enjoy the process as much as possible. I think that's a good goal to have. It puts your smile on your face when you read that goal and just says, hey, don't burn yourself out. Just do something that you might enjoy. It's okay not to do every single thing all the time, and it's not even going to be viable to do that. But as long as you're striving for that, that is the key point. Okay, guys? So guys, there you have it. That has been today's video, and I'm very, very excited to close 2021 on that note. And like I said, certificates I've achieved, I'm very, very happy with that. I've shared with you some of the goals that I want personally, some of the YouTube goals and content that I will be releasing soon. But guys, if you guys want to share any goals that you have with my subscribers and people that watch this video, then feel free to write it down in the comment section down below. But guys, honestly, I hope you guys have a fantastic 2021 and have a fantastic new year. And honestly, guys, let's go out there and smash it and be the best traders we can be. Have a fantastic new year, guys. Take care and peace.